All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 156th edition of the Alliance live show. We're ready to go, and I hope everybody's having a good weekend. So, we've got the full package tonight. We've got the full entourage. We're joined by a wonderful, wonderful group of people. The bestest people in the galaxy. These guys are Star Wars experts, ladies and gents. Let's start off with the man you don't see on screen. Maurice, by the way, are you not available to do the camera right now, or is it because I don't?
I've been in Hangouts for I don't know 30 minutes.
So I am just a terrible person, and we're just gonna go ahead and fix this.
I assume you're talking to me. I'm good on Maurice. I feel like you were like stalling with that long intro because you forgot our names.
No, I totally didn't forget your names. I know you guys. I know you guys very well. I was stalling with the intro because I was trying to think of something more interesting to say. I think that I screwed up Hangouts. So just hold on a second. Let me just fix this. So what I got to do is cut. Okay. Then
the public needs to see that beautiful mug of Maurice.
Well, I think it's worth it, personally. You know, I mean, to me, like, I think that they really want to see Maurice. And yes, there it is. We're good now. There we go. That's the man right there. So now you guys can see the whole shebang. Now I just got to get over here. I got to turn Gom's cam on and whoop-bang. There he is. All right. So, good old Maurice. How you doing?
Hey, man. Hey, guys.
Hey, I'm sorry. I should have asked you before the stream. I knew, like, when we were in the midst of the intro, I was like, I'm gonna just ask him when we do
No, I mean it's 50-50 nowadays anyway. So
yeah, but also the beautiful voice you just heard was Avinash. How you doing, Avi?
I'm doing great, thank you.
And making his triumphant return after not being available last week due to very significant reasons. We have RangerJ1999.
Yes, the significant reasons is my computer was pooped, and I'm still working on trying to fix it. I'm just happy good old Maurice is wearing a shirt, unlike my stream where he was not wearing a shirt.
Well, I mean, like, you know, periodically he's got to change it up.
Not wearing a shirt.
I accidentally hit the camera button. My hair was like sticking straight up. I was sitting there shirtless. I was sitting there like my underwear doing the stream.
He literally got out of bed and jumped on the Jedi Academy. It was a beautiful day.
Oh, damn! Where?
Yeah, overslept. I was like 20 minutes late. So I just hopped right out of bed. I was like, oh crap!
That can happen to anybody, man. That's not, you know. I mean, that can happen to anybody. I've seen since the whole quarantine situation. I mean, I've seen people like in Zoom meetings, like go to the bathroom accidentally forgetting that they just can't do that when they're on a Zoom meeting. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just crazy things people are doing. You know, but I mean, yes, like Abner's saying, shirts are overrated. I think Maurice should be shirtless in every episode of the Alliance live show. You should go ahead and just show us those pecs, Maurice.
I don't know. They're not really pecs anymore.
Well, all I can say is after I saw that, I felt like eating chicken. So let's not do that.
Pants are optional. Yes, pants are optional.
That's
but
different.
I mean, but you guys can't see pants. So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I could be butt naked right now. You'd have no idea. Maybe I'm naked every episode. Probably not, because I think I have gotten up before. we
yeah,
knew,
I'm
we
pretty
knew
sure
it
you're
all
not.
along. This guy's always naked. No, but I mean, no, I mean, listen, you know, we got to get a little rowdy sometimes, and you know, if Maurice forgets to take his shirt on, put his shirt on one day, and he's on the stream, I'm not going to yell at him for it. I think it's a tasteful choice, tasteful decision, you know. But yeah, ladies, throw some dollars at Gom. You know, let's you know, listen, Gom is already almost there, but he's a dancer, okay, and he can do the dance moves. So I mean, like, you know, why not just take it a step further, take the shirt off, and do the dance moves? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, but listen, he doesn't do dance moves on my show. He doesn't do dance moves on this show. He only does the dance moves on for when it's for charity. So, which is a good reason to do dance moves if you're going to do dance moves. Anyway, so I hope everybody's having a good weekend. We did the Jedi Academy yesterday, so we had a great show yesterday, and then there was some GAC after that. So I didn't get a chance to. Did you end up going back afterwards?
No. I had to get ready for the football game, and I could have easily skipped that one. What a horrendous game that was.
I forget that you're a huge college football fan. Yeah, I'm like, you know, I mean, you know what? I like having the Giants game on a Thursday night because obviously football sooner for my team, very cool. But then I also hate it immediately afterwards because I don't get this. Even though the Giants suck and I should hate every game, I'm just saying, you know, it sucks not having your team play on Sunday too. Like now I feel like I got to wait extra long for the next game where I get to see them play. Even though they're horrible and they're totally atrocious train wreck of a situation, and they find, you know, almost comical ways to blow it every single week, I still look forward to watching them because, you know, I like to see certain aspects. Like I want to see if the team's getting better in certain areas. So to me, every week is fun. I still look forward to it whether they suck or not. You know, same thing with the Knicks. I mean, the Knicks are terrible, but I still.
For Christ's sakes! I come back from getting my laundry and I'm hearing sports already. God damn it!
But you are a sport. You are a fanatic. Like you are.
But not goddamn Gom's Hero stream, man. This isn't Talk Sports with Gom, Heavy, and Ranger Potato Head Jay. I mean, Jesus.
Listen,
God,
but it's it's football season. It's Sunday.
Oh.
You know, there's nothing wrong with it. Listen, it's you know, Goms, you know, just mentioned something related to football.
God.
You know, we kind of took a little sidestep. First, we were talking about shirts. Okay, we're talking about shirtless Gom. You're the one that you brought it up. You were talking about men without shirts on.
I just said you didn't.
I'm not sure how that pertains to football, but
it's just he's trying to make the correlation.
Listen, if we're talking taking the stream off topic, there's nothing more off topic than RangerJ1999 started this off by saying, "Hey, listen, guys, let's talk about Gom with no shirt yesterday on my show."
But it's a thing he does. He doesn't wear pants and shirts. That's a totally different thing than you going on a 20-minute rant about the goddamn shitty New York teams.
All right. Listen, we don't all have the luck of being fans of Texas teams, okay? We don't have the luck of being Texas Rangers fan, you know?
What? How dare you, sir?
I'm just kidding. I know you're a Houston Astros fan.
I know. They had a good run, but World Series going well. But I've honestly, sports this year has just been second. I just have not cared. I really haven't.
So. The Indian game 4 was pretty awesome. That was pretty good. Yeah. Now you got me. Now you got to see. Tricked us.
See, he tricked us.
He tricked us.
I'm getting a serious echo from you, Gom. I think you're on maybe it's because one of your mics, one of them muted. Oh,
yeah, I got it now.
I mean, it sounded cool for a second. You know, it sounded like you were like in a stadium, like hello, you know, coming to you live. Reverb Maurice, yeah. All right, so anyway, we'll get into some Galaxy of Heroes here. So, not much in the way of news to discuss because this week was pretty negatory in that department. Actually, last week as well. I remember we were sitting there and we were talking about, like, after the stream, how I couldn't believe that we were able to talk for 45 minutes without any news coming out. And now we have 2 weeks of no news. So if we can get through this one, even more talented, okay? Even more talented. But no, in all seriousness, what I do want to talk about is there was an update, which was just minor bugs and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm not going to really go through it here. They did some event updates. I believe they fixed the issues that were going on with guilds for territory battles. So they had some bug fixes, and they updated the calendar for November, which... let's go there real quick. Is there...
Well, there's two things from the calendar that you really want to pay attention to.
Okay.
One, the login character is Boba Fett, which just cements that the next 3 marquees are going to be somehow related to the Mando. Since it's coming out this Friday, which I will be watching because I have Disney Plus streaming. And then the other thing is they announced the 3v3 will be the next GAC. Ships will remain the same. Yeah, I had the same reaction. You know. We play for the lulz.
I just I don't know. I just prefer the 5v5. Although half the time I don't even remember to play those. Although I did get first. I did get first place.
I mean, it is. There's a lot of people that like 3s, and God bless them. I mean, if that's your thing, cool. I don't fault you for it, but it's just not going to change my opinion that I think that it sucks and I hate it. So, yeah. Yeah, I did TMoney. See, we live in this country that's not a communist country there in Canada.
That's not a communist country, is it?
Yeah, it just has nothing but maple syrup and whiskey and the frozen tundra. It's called America. You might want to check it out, eh? We got this thing called Disney Plus. Actually, that's where we started do Walt Disney.
It makes it kind of funny looking, eh?
Yeah, it sure does, eh? TMoney's trying to throw shades at us U.S. citizens. It's not a good thing there, especially since her homie and co-host is
Ranger's definitely bragging. He's definitely bragging about Disney Plus right now. He's saying that he spent $60 last year and that he's not afraid to do it again.
Goddamn worth it.
He's not afraid to spend an additional $60
to
re-up on that. He's going to re-up on it.
Not only did I get the Mando, I got Clone Wars Season 7.
Yeah. You know what? Since we're bragging about things here, I've got Amazon Prime, okay? And guess what? I got to see Borat this weekend because I'm that cool.
That's pretty cool.
It actually was pretty cool. And that was a ridiculous... Did you guys watch that, by the way?
I haven't had a chance to see it. I've got Amazon Prime.
I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
The Giuliani stuff?
I'm pretty excited about it. I watched the first one, but that was a long time ago. I don't know if the humor is going to... We'll see.
Dude, the Giuliani stuff on there is bananas. Bananas. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything on there to you, but I'm just saying, he always catches people, and whenever
spoilers, Ramona's up Sunday nights.
You get him started, he'll talk about the whole damn thing and ruin it.
Whenever he does a show or a movie, like he just did the what was it, like Made in America or whatever he did, like something America.
Robert Eddie Murphy.
No. He did a movie. He did a show. He does a show also on HBO. He did something called
the Ollie G Show.
No, he used to do the Ollie G Show. Then he had another special because he couldn't do those characters anymore. He'd already used Borat and Bruno and all them, so he couldn't. People already recognized him, so he couldn't do it anymore. So he created new characters for this other show, and he did. It's called like What Is America or Who Is America. Anyway, he. When he did that show, a bunch of politicians lost their jobs because of the footage that he released.
I heard about that. Yeah, that was insane.
And the only reason he was able to do Borat again was because he like as a genius, he just became Borat, but then he dressed up as other people as Borat, which is like something only he could do, right? Like he's like dressed up as another person while he is dressed up as another person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, He's super talented. That guy. He's funny, but he always exposes like serious politicians on his movies and shows, and it's awesome to watch. It's hilarious. He's just great. But yeah. So the Mando. Ranger brought up a good point. That's kind of where I was going with this. We have the character of the month is Boba Fett. We have obviously the Mandalorian starting this Friday, which is fantastic news for all of us who are Star Wars fans and really want to see some more Star Wars content. The Mandalorian is a fantastic show, and I am super excited to see what happens there. But let's talk a little bit about the Mandalorian. Let me get down to the guy over here.
Abner, at this point, I just give up.
He says Borat chat's okay.
I tried to steer.
Borat chat is fine. Listen.
Up.
All right, anyway. So we're on the Mandalorian. Look, the Mandalorian's got his cape. Look, he's got the whole thing. By the way, I love his gun. Like what kind of gun is that?
Which one are you talking about?
The sniper gun that blows people up.
It's a disruptor rifle. It basically it does what it does.
Why have I never seen anybody else have that gun besides him?
Remington.
Well, they never disrupted anybody before in Star Wars. They never just, Remember when Vader in Episode 5 was like, no disintegrations? That's because those kind of weaponry can do that.
It's ridiculous. It's such a cool gun, you know?
It was so fun to watch him disintegrate.
I couldn't believe that he had that weapon. I was like, oh my God.
I laughed so hard when that happened.
Yeah. That's such a cool gun, man. So Mandalorian coming this Friday. What contents, can we expect from this? So, like, obviously, when you said it, marquees are coming for sure. I mean, we're probably talking Grief Karga here with the Darksaber. We're probably talking...
You're talking
not Grief Karga, sorry. Jesus. We're probably talking Moff Gideon with the Darksaber. We're probably talking... Okay, listen, I'm allowed to have a verbal screw-up from time to time, all right? I've been talking a long time, all right? I'm making a mistake occasionally. You know, it's allowed, all right?
Gom, when Wicket was using that Force Lightning in Episode 9, I thought it was pretty dope, man.
That's an unforgivable mistake, okay? That's an unforgivable mistake. That's a little different, okay? Saying that Ewok was using Force Lightning would never come out of my mouth. But... yes, so we can expect probably Moff Gideon with the Darksaber.
Possibly.
I think we could possibly expect some other characters as well. So, are we going to get another version of Ahsoka here? Is what I'm wondering, right?
No,
she's going to be in the show. At least we.
But those characters are not going to be seen or introduced until probably next year if we get them.
I was going to say it'll be a while before we see another version of Ahsoka.
Why?
Because it's on the down low and it's all secretive and CG ain't getting their hands on that stuff. I mean, we didn't even know about Baby Yoda, and they had, nobody knew anything about those shows until well after the fact. And so now we could see Krill, we could see IG-11, we could even see Moff Gideon, maybe one of the scout troopers finally come in that punch Baby Yoda.
Is Queel officially dead? Like, is there a chance he may have survived that, or is he like?
No,
he got buried.
Yeah, he got buried. He's dead.
He
could be a vampire.
I really started to kind of like him.
Vampire Ugnaught.
Yeah, I really
what a miserable plot twist that would be.
Imagine they just go Walking Dead on this show, like You thought this was going to be about Star Wars. Nope. Nope.
Vampire Queel on the headless blurred riding through the
Vampire
desert.
zombie Queel. Vampire/zombie Queel. We figured, we were going to ride the lightning on the Twilight Saga and The Walking Dead at the same time. Let's just do it, Vampire, zombie Queel.
I don't think Quill's a vampire, but he is twinkling in the sunlight.
True. That's a good point.
Ranger definitely did say Creel, by the way. Just throwing that out there. He definitely did say Creel. He doesn't know his name.
We've been so off the tracks, I don't even give a shit anymore.
He did say Creel.
When he went down.
I don't listen. I think his name
is.
I
said Krill.
It's Queel. It's Queel. I think it's Queel. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen it spelt before. Listen, guys. Okay, with the verbiage, there's so many names in Star Wars. There's so many characters. It's very feasible. It's Queel, yeah, like that, yeah. But I mean,
it all depends upon your accent and language too.
I have definitely mistaken names of like other characters from like the expanded universe and things like that all the time.
You know, like Grief Karga with the dark saber,
like Grief Karga with the dark saber
in the library with Professor Plum. You know, those kind of things happen.
Yes, it was Colonel Mustard, and he did it in the study using the candlestick.
The fact that you said that makes you pretty sus. I think Rimon's the imposter.
That's actually what
really sussing you hard right now there, Rimon.
That's actually what Death says in the original Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey when he's calling them out when they're playing Clue to get back into.
I know.
So if anybody's watched Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey,
I haven't thought about that movie in years. Jesus.
Honestly,
Ramon's fresh from trivia night.
Yeah.
Showed up.
Yeah. Boston accent.
How the hell do you know that off the top of your head?
Boston accent. Grief Gaga. Yeah.
Going down to Dunkin's to get some coffee.
Bogus Journey's trash. No way. I'm not even gonna defend that. Okay. It is a
move on. No, he's trying to
classic.
You in. Just move on.
Minus one for Nightmare.
Yes,
it's a classic. Definitely minus 1 point. Minus one. Okay, for sure on that. All right. So
that's pretty much all we got. We just have speculation. We'll get the characters probably out this week.
We're gonna get characters out this week. You think?
Possibly, I just said that. If not, it'll be after Halloween or after the release of the episode 1. So either or. So either they'll do it as a lead into Mando, because of the excitement people getting ready to watch Mando, in the game, or we'll do it afterwards and stuff. So either or. But other than that, the only thing we have really anticipation for, it ain't 3v3. It's what are they going to do for the 5-year anniversary?
Is that what the next Grand Arena is?
Yeah, it's 3v3 with ships. So we have double ships, good old Maurice and Abby.
Double ships is fine, but 3 versus 3 is.
It is what it is. I just wish we had more ships. It's pretty standard. There's not like there's a lot of diversity in ships where you're like, I wonder what they'll put on. Okay, they put that. Well, I'll use this. It's like Jesus.
Yeah.
They go hard on defense, they go soft on defense, and if they go soft, they're like, okay, well, I really got this locked in. But even if they go hard, keep your best stuff, and you're just like,
Well, I'm sure that people that like it enjoy the challenge of trying to come up with, a 3-person team to try that. But I don't have the time to sit there and think about that.
There's really not much thinking, Abby, because we've pretty much seen most of the teams. The only thing that's going to be different is
it's really not much thinking, Abby.
No. Well, because there's sheets out there and stuff. I mean, you literally have every like we've seen enough of it that we know like which are the teams that'll be used. Now, in a new 3v3, when there's new Galactic Legends, it kind of goes a little bit out the door a little bit because we'll get new characters, so there's more possibilities. So those characters and combinations might be a different possibility.
That's probably going to be the case this time around, yeah, because of the second set of GLs that just came out. So,
but typically you see kind of standard characters and teams, on there, and once in a while you'll see someone try something different. You're like, yeah, that's bad, and then kill it, and you move on. I mean, it's a different comp. You use your characters. I think it's bad, and especially bad for people that don't have Galactic Legends and those that do, or have 1 versus 3 or something along those lines, because we've seen in the last 3v3, Galactic Legends are OP as dog shit especially Kylo and Rey in 3v3. It was a problem, and I didn't like it, and I went undefeated, and I was just like, this is stupid. I mean, like, they had no chance. So I'm hoping maybe now that we've had some reworks and stuff, then the last 3v3 that helps a little bit. But Rey and Kylo, man, they're monsters in 3v3. So
anybody who has all 4 Galactic Legends is going to be just clean sweep through 3v3. Yeah.
Well, you should be facing people with 3-4 in that. I mean, I've got 3, and I'm facing people that have 1 or 2, and that's makes it difficult for them in 5s, because 5s is so much easier because you've got more to work with to do the counter. Like, when you're doing the Luke counter against Kylo, you've got those other 4 Jedi that you're using to, to kill the team and then kill Kylo. In 3s, it's a lot harder because don't have the other Jedi to do their thing that makes it possible. So it'll be interesting. I mean, for me, I think
everybody work. Yeah.
3s is fun. If you love 3s, then enjoy it. I mean, for me,
I think it's interesting to at least switch it up. I mean, like, it's just something different. It's the only time. Yes, it is. I think people don't like it because it doesn't really help you get better at anything, right? Because you don't use it anywhere else. You're not going to use it for TW. You're not going to.
Right.
Yeah, it's not, and the characters are not designed for that, and people like to figure out what you can use for that, but I mean, so some characters become really stupid powerful. Gas becomes super powerful, because he only needs 2 5-0 first with him, and he could take out a whole team by himself. You see a lot of solo Gas, you see a lot of solo Malik, because Malik, hell, he can solo. Those 2 characters can solo 5s. 5-man teams, but in 3s they're like, well, we're just going to get the free max banners, here we go. So, but those are things that we've already seen, so that stuff doesn't surprise me. So the only thing I'll be interested in really in this 3s is if someone has Luke or Palpatine, who are they using, and what are people using for that. So that's the only thing I'm really curious about. But I'll see the same Padme, Anakin combinations, and Night Sister combinations and Scoundrels combinations with Nest, and just it's the stuff that I've already seen. It's just a matter of what's going to be done with the new Galactic Legends.
So let me say some hellos. What's going on to Kane, Mike Yench? What's up? Abner, Megatron. Mike Yench says you got another 7-star character. Congrats. Slash. Yes, I have seen the 3rd Bill and Ted, and it was awesome. Not anything to write home about, but I think it was good. It was acceptable, And Ronan, what's up? What's going on to Blaze? TMoney, hey, how are you? Miss you, T.
She's up in Canada.
Yeah, Nightmare, what's going on? Yeah, I haven't I've been talking about with Maurice about coming on their show. We were supposed to all do one a couple weeks ago. It never happened, but I'd like to do that. But yeah, I mean, so just to finish up before we move on to that other conversation you were having, as far as like what we can look forward to for the anniversary. Let's talk about just so besides. Obviously, Moff Gideon as a character that could be coming, and maybe, possibly, like we said, maybe next year we'll get another version of Ahsoka or something like that. Besides characters, though, is there going to be any event that they're going to do for the Mandalorian, or do you think they're just going to release marquee characters? Do you think they're going to have like another type of, I don't know, like something
like a legendary? You mean?
I don't know about a legendary. I can't see a legendary. Hero. But what I'm saying is maybe going into Christmas, if we're not getting a raid, if we're not getting any new content really before Christmas, maybe they do like a special event for the Mandalorian. Something. I mean, I feel like that could make sense. It's gonna. When is the last episode of the Mandalorian? Does it air in December?
Oh, I don't know yet because I don't have a list. I don't have it in front of me.
I think it ends in December. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure the last episode will be sometime before Christmas or right after Christmas.
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
So I mean, maybe they'll do something, because we don't have a movie this year. I mean, last year we had The Rise of Skywalker to watch. So, there was
that. It's not like they don't have content to pull from. And the game can pull from Legends, so it's not like they're limited by anything. They can pull stuff from the EU, or they can pull stuff that's out there already. They've got characters still from Rebels. They could do the entire Inquisitor squad if they wanted to, right? Mm-hmm. We have that one game, what is it, Fallen Order, that was out. There's characters there you can add in. We've got Season 7 of the Clone Wars that was out, that they could change or add some characters from in that one. You've got the Mando. So there's a lot of stuff out there. So it's not like they don't have characters. It's just the direction that CG wants to go in, which characters and what do they want to develop, and what's the thing that they want to go with. So, and what do they think is popular? Because that's really the biggest thing, is what do we think is popular? The Mando makes sense. I can see some of like the the squad from I'm tired. The hill's been kicking my ass. The squad from episode 1, the Bad Batch from season 7 of the Clones would be fun to have in the game. That would be a cool squad they could do. Oh. They can go back into Rebels and pull the Inquisitors and pull Second Sister and the other Inquisitors from Fallen Order and create a team like that. They can go to the lore and do being a Zorana. They could do XR Kun. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they could do.
Darth Bane is already 100% canon, so
he is canon.
They could totally do Darth Bane 100%. Like, he's already in the lore. Like, he's 100% confirmed canon. So that's a thing that could be happening at some point. That'd be way off the beaten path, but it would be interesting. No, Saurian, I'm not saying the Mandalorian is ending. I just meant that season 2 would be ending around, like Slash said, like probably around mid-December to end of December. Nightmare loves the Philly rant. Yes, Bill Burr is hilarious. So if you guys don't watch Bill Burr, check out his specials on Netflix. He's ridiculous, and he did have a rant in Philadelphia, which was amazing. You can see that on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, we could see. I don't know about the Mace Windu rework. I'm just saying that
that Rambam, who said that?
Mike Yedge. I think that we're probably talking here about a couple of characters from the Mando. I think if we are going to get another version of Ahsoka, or we're going to get maybe. Who did she give the not obviously not Satine? She gave the Darksaber to who did Sabine give the Darksaber to? Sabine could technically make an appearance on The Mandalorian. If we're gonna see Ahsoka, I don't see why we couldn't see Sabine. I don't think we're gonna see Ezra, because I don't think they're gonna do that story now. I think that even if we see Ahsoka, if she is really on the show, Bo-Katan, that's right, Bo-Katan could make an appearance on the show. And I've actually heard rumors that Bo-Katan would make an appearance on the show. Thanks, Eddie Smith. Thanks, Slash. Yeah, I've actually heard rumors that Bo-Katan could make an appearance on this show. So that'd be very cool. And Bo-Katan is definitely a character that they could also insert from the cartoons as well. So, I mean, like, they already have a character model for Bo-Katan. I mean, even if they didn't want to bring the... Star Killer, yeah, that'd be awesome, but I don't think they're doing that. He's just too. I don't know. Star Killer. That character is that guy who is the model for Star Killer. Is he still does voices for Star Wars? He's the voice of Palpatine. He was the voice of Darth Maul. That is what's his name? You know what I'm talking about, the character model for Star Killer?
Oh, that's the actor and voice actor. What's his name?
Christian Slater.
No. No, I've actually met him in person.
I mean, god dang. Christian Slater, really?
No,
that's the coolest guy I can think of off the top of my head.
Sam Witwer.
Sam Witwer, yes. So Sam Witwer is the character model for him. So it could be... I mean, listen, that could happen at any time. He's a video game character, and this is a Star Wars video game. So for sure, I could see Sam Witwer getting in there. I actually met Sam at EA Play a couple of years ago. So very cool guy. He just, I'm not like, very long or anything. I just briefly said hello to him and told him I thought it was a big fan, but it was very cool to meet him. He's a nice guy. Yeah, I mean, I think that there could be that at some point, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, sticking with the theme of the Mandalorian, I think that realistically, the only guarantee is that we're going to get Moff Gideon. I think Moff Gideon is the definite, but they could definitely go in a lot of different directions. I mean, they could add new characters. They could go with characters that we haven't gotten yet, like possibly, maybe Baby Yoda, the child. We could possibly see that.
No, we're not going to see the child in the game.
You don't think the child will, could come in as like a...
Nope.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if we have BB-8...
Maybe in a cutscene or something, but no.
But if we have BB-8 and R2-D2 and C-3PO, like, why couldn't we see the child? The child actually can physically do things. Like, he actually can...
Yeah, he can physically be disintegrated by the Mando if he's running on the other team, and I just don't think they don't want to see that on their game. So... I'm with Finn on this one.
You think it's more of like just a decision by Disney to not allow that to happen?
Yeah, they don't want the child getting slaughtered in a game, man. It's like we're never going to get Slave Leia. Yeah, it's canon. She's there. I think most of the people here would love to have Slave Leia in here, but we're not getting that. We could get Bosch Leia. We could get Mary Poppins Leia from the
honestly, if Carrie Fisher was still alive, I think it'd be a possibility. But because she's not, I don't think it'll happen.
No, they can do it. Why not?
Not because I don't think that I think that if they're gonna do something with her, they're gonna want to do it respectfully. They're not gonna want to do it in.
Well, I mean,
to the drooling expectations of many of the male players.
Oh yeah,
Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
I just mean, like, they're probably going to want to do it tastefully if they're bringing another Leia into the game. It'd be the first Leia that's come into the game after Carrie died. I think it's probably going to be Endor Leia or maybe old Leia. I mean, the one who now that Leia has officially been on screen using a lightsaber and trained Rey. We could get a totally other version of Leia in the game that is awesome.
Well, they could go EU Legends with her and go Jedi Leia. She was a Jedi Knight in the EU Legends. She was a full Jedi. Yeah. So, so I mean, there's a lot of ways they can go.
But not just in Legends now. It is now officially canon that Leia was trained
she was trained as a Jedi.
She held her own with Luke in that fight. I mean, that it was CGI, but I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, in the book, she actually went through the trials and did a bunch of other stuff and had a Jedi Master, and I mean, of course, in the books, she had 3 kids with Han, and they changed that shit up, so that's no longer like that. We'll never get the twins in Galaxy Hero.
And now there is none.
Yep, no twins, actually. We'll never get Jaina Solo. That sucks.
Nightmare says there's not a snowball's chance in hell that CG doesn't cash in on Baby Yoda and SWGOH. They will make it so he can't be hit like he chills in his steel-armored bassinet and only comes out to do a move. That's possible. I mean, what I was thinking, honestly, when the Mandalorian was created, I think a lot of us speculated that maybe one of his abilities when he's leader would be to call in Baby Yoda to do an assist or something like that.
We did, but I don't think we're getting the child anytime soon.
So, I don't know. But, all right, so moving along, again, I think it's going to be mainly characters. I would love to see some sort of Mandalorian-based event, because we were talking last week when last week's show, Ranger. We were talking about content coming up for 2020. So I mean, we discussed how this year was really kind of a rough year for content, and obviously it was partly related to COVID-19 and all the delays we probably experienced from that, because they're not going to tell us that the reason that we were, having a lull in content is because of COVID-19 or whatever. I mean, they're probably just going to say that it was all according to plan, right? So
they'll come up with some other excuse.
But what I'm saying,
I still think we're getting a raid for the 5-year anniversary.
You think the raid is coming before the end of the year? That's kind of where I was going last week. We didn't get your thoughts on it. I was thinking, is there going to be any new content for 2020? I mean,
and I just went blank on the name because I am exhausted. From Shadowlands, he's one of my friends. I can't think of his name. It's just horrible. I hate being this tired. But he said that, you can bank it that it's going to be for the 5-year anniversary. We'll get a bunch of cool stuff, but we're also going to get a new raid. Fulbright. Thank you, Nightmare. God damn it. I could not think of Fulbright's name. It's in my mind, looking at that goddamn gray beard and goddamn bourbon drinking Jack Daniels swinging man, and I couldn't think of his name. God damn it.
Okay.
That's horrible.
So he thinks that there's going to be a raid before the end of the year. That would be an insane sudden drop.
With ships being involved with it.
That would be an insane sudden drop of content. I mean, that would blow my freaking mind if they decided to drop a raid before 2021.
That's great. Slash and Roasted, they also said November would be huge. So there's going to be, that was put out there. So I just think we're getting the raid. We're going to get the Mando characters. Going into Christmas, they'll probably do some other stuff, but I think they're going to end the year strong.
They said November would be huge.
If you look at since Unity's launched, the amount of characters and stuff that they've been doing has started exponentially increasing, right? So we got Galactic Challenges, which they're still working on, but slowly but surely more characters and stuff that's coming out. So yeah, I think the mods changes, everything that they've done since Unity is ramping up, and I think we're going to get ready for raid here in November.
If they drop the raid in November, that would be mind blowing. I would literally be shocked, and that would be amazing. That'd be great to have for the holidays. A raid. This game needs this.
We could get like an official announcement. I don't think they're going to drop the raid. I don't think they're just going to be like, hey guys, by the way, this update, you have a new raid. Bye bye. Like I think, I think that's a good guess in terms of like announcing the new raid. That would be a good day to do it. And they kind of just string us along for a little bit, with chit chat of the raid and keep us interested in the game. Then it does come out. We're talking November is a week. This game came out Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
So we're talking like a month away. I mean, if they've kept the raid wrapped up this long, I mean, kudos to them.
Right?
That'd be a total surprise. Like,
dude, there'd be beta testers. I mean, there'd be something, like there'd be rumor. There's no way they'd drop it. I mean, like we'd have heard through the pipe that some.
This is through the pipe, you freak.
There'd be some guy who got his hands on it already that was like, guys, you're never gonna believe it. I'm super cool. They let me try the raid. There's gonna be that guy. You know what I mean? There's always that guy.
Hot Rebel Soldier.
Hot Rebel Soldier is the key to the raid. Luke's X-Wing is the reward.
I remember they did TB and that Hoth Rebel Soldier pick got leaked. And everyone had 5-star Hoth Rebel Soldier when that bitch came out, whereas nobody would have had him.
Honestly,
had that leak back up. Yeah.
Honestly, when they dropped the hat raid, I was in California at an event. We had like a Game Changer event, and and I remember that I couldn't believe how quickly they were. We literally found out that Kenobi was going to be the reward. And all about the raid like that day. And I was like, but we did have like some inkling that a raid was coming, right? I mean, I do believe like leading up to that hat raid, we did know that there was a hat raid, right? Like, didn't we get hints about it like in the summer?
And I feel like they kind of, yes, because that's why a lot of people have like Jawas and Ugnaught, because they alluded that the Jawas and Ugnaught and Jedi would all have super bonuses, because at the time the Jedi were garbage. There was no Revan. There was no Bastila.
And most of them still are, yeah. That's good.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, Jedi, like, the best Jedi was Anakin, and, like, maybe Old Ben. Like, that was it. The rest, and Grandmaster Yoda was good, but the rest of them were pretty meh. Like, Ayla. I remember my P1 team had, like, a Gear 11 Ayla in it. That's all. It's, like, Mace Windu. Like, I had all those crappy Jedi in the P1 just to get my 600,000.
So,
like,
so we've had 3 raids drop, right? And in the 3 raids that we've gotten, the Rancor raid, we had, a short period of time where they gave us knowledge about that, and then they dropped it. But we kind of knew that they were going in that direction at some point because the game didn't have any content like that yet. So, we'd already known that guilds were coming and things like that, and we just assumed that there had to be a raid that was coming as well. So that dropped rapidly. Then I think that they gave us the hat raid like 6 months in advance, and then everybody was like, what the hell? No content, no word about it, nothing happened, like we didn't hear anything. And then suddenly we went to this event, and we got the event. They were like, oh, well, it's dropping next week or tomorrow. I think it was actually dropping like the next day. Like it was dropping like the next day, and the reward is General Kenobi. And we were like, what? It was bananas. And then when the Sith raid came, that was also pretty rapid. Like we had no idea that there was a Sith raid coming, and then suddenly they gave us, Nihilus. And then, I think we got a leak of like, remember, like there was like at that time they were doing a lot of hints. Remember, like they were like hinting, and it was like stuff you could literally just Google and you'd figure out who the character was. Like it was like they gave us like the stuff about the hunger, and we knew it was Nihilus.
It was something with Tarkin, and like if you typed in the quote they gave, it was literally like the first line on his wiki page, like his
oh yeah.
What was it? It was, I forget what it was. Maybe it was his capital ship. Something to do with Tarkin, the rework maybe with the two Zetas. I don't know what it was, but I remember the quote. You could pull it directly out of the forums, and you put it in Google. It literally pulls up his Wikipedia page, and it's the first line on it. Like, oh, that was pretty creative, guys. It's just like, I don't know. I remember them being very, very easy.
Yeah,
very easy.
Yeah, I mean, so I think twice we've gotten raids with relative quickness, where they gave us a bit of info and then they dropped it rather rapidly. And then one time the raid was prolonged. Like they told us about it, gave us a couple of pictures of the hat of the tank, and then that was it. We didn't see anything about it for another 6 months to 7-8 months. So we've seen them drop raids 2 different ways, and 2 of the times they dropped it rather quick. So it is feasible that they could drop it by the end of the year if they give us, I'd say we need at least 3 weeks notice, right? So if they're going to do this in November, they're going to have to give us this information over the next week and a half, I would say. We're probably talking like by week 2, week 3 of the Mandalorian coming out. Like we're probably talking about like by November 7th, we'd have to know that it's something's dropping, a raid is dropping in November. So we'd get this info over the next 2 weeks if this was happening. There's no way they would just drop a raid and tell us that it's going to be there tomorrow or a week from now or 2 weeks from now. You know what I'm saying? It's going to...
They did that with the Galactic Legends here recently, huh? This was like, surprise!
You're right. Their MO is totally different now. Carrie's not there. It's a different ball game. There is a whole new team. Their communication level has been completely different. I do think that they're pretty responsive, or have been, and that's good.
They have been.
But I think it's been different, right? Like, so it's not the way that they typically do things. Even their cadence for characters and their cadence for dropping free content has changed a little bit over time. So I mean, it's very difficult to kind of guess anymore. Like we used to be able to really tell what was happening, and now we can't. So it's but if it's gonna happen in November, that would be huge. I mean, that'd be a great way to ring in the holiday season. Because again, we don't have a movie this year to fall back on. We just got Galactic Legends. It'd be nice to have a new raid to figure out over the holidays, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to be playing a new raid over the Christmas holiday and trying to figure out how to get it going. You know what I mean? So pretty interesting. We are supposed to get some big news tomorrow, Ramon, is what Nightmare's saying. So we'll see. Yes. Well, I'm not really sure, if we can, put a thumb on, like, when upgrade Mando. Yeah, I'll upgrade Mando eventually at some point here.
I just have this urge to upgrade him.
He is goddamn amazing.
He's pretty good. I actually beat the tier 2 for the very first. I just finished Grief. I did it with the Grief Gear 12. Yeah, I got Mando finished.
I did Veer's lead and Piet and some G12 troopers, and got all the way through tier 2 on auto. It was awesome to watch. I couldn't do
Piet's
tier
a
3.
Game changer. Yeah, you can't do tier 3. I went in there with my relic out vent.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't do it on auto.
I'm like that with all the tier 3s. I'm like, it's not worth. I'm not spending 30 minutes on this shit. But
Right.
Mando, when you start killing Darth Revan with ease, Yeah, you'll love Mando.
Now, did you have Mando as lead or Bosk?
For Darth Revan, you want to use
Aura, yeah.
No, Django.
No.
Oh, Django. Okay.
Yeah, you need the extra speed. Because remember, Revan and Basti can get up there. So Revan could be in the damn near 340 range if you're facing someone with good mods. So I think, like, for me, with Django lead, Loki does the same thing. I think my Mando's like 330 something. Boss is like 350 something. So I get my boss off, and Mando usually goes before their Darth Revan, and it's like, all right, let me just get this payout real quick, and you're gonna die.
Yeah, I have a new Mando, so I haven't had a chance to use him much, except for in the assault battle or whatever it is that's up. So that was
I don't usually get Darth Revan on defense, but I know Loki does. And if you go back and watch the our Twitch stream on Saturday where I did my GAC and then Loki did his, you can see the Mando team in action as he just rips Darth Revan team apart.
Oh, cool! Yeah, I'll have to watch that because I haven't had a chance to really use him or see what he does, so I'm excited.
It's stupid. It's
try.
So stupid, man. It is unbelievable how good that character is. And when you add Grief into the mix, Grief was that Grief. One character, both of them. So you've got
both of them are R7 now.
So the team that I run with is usually in PvP against other teams is I run Mando lead with Grief, Bosk, and the two Fets. And I mean, you've got Annihilates, Assassinates, Disintegrates. You got all kinds of shit with that team. Right. And Grief being the one that he can cleanse and he can call him a sit. He is so good with that team. Boss just becomes a monster under that team now. So, yeah, he's good. He's worth it. Grief and Mando are those are investment. But I gotta say the characters, all the characters this year have been really good. Grief, Mando, really good. Cardoon, a little bit less on the tail, but that's mainly because she didn't really have a home per se. Especially with those two in combination.
She's a really, really good character, but she's not. No one is as good as Chupio and Piet. Like those two characters.
Chupio,
Chupio,
I think.
Yeah, Piet. Oh man,
yeah.
Like I said, I did that through the challenge too, with 3 G12s, and the other two Veers and Piet were like R5 or something, and it just ripped through everything. And I used Shore and Ranger. I did not use like Snowtrooper.
Yeah, so Piet on the Imperial Troopers is stupid. What was that? Loki used that team on somebody. He's like, I'm going to use Troopers. Like, are you sure?
Heavy wailed out.
He's like, yeah.
Heavy wailed out on Piet.
Mine's 5-star something. I haven't really done much focus on him. I'm getting ready to, once I get Luke's ultimates done, I'll farm the shit out of him. I start working toward that. But I think the characters, all the characters this year have been really, really good. Good, solid kits. Do a lot for a lot of other characters. Like, Grief and Mando really made the Bounty Hunters stupid good. Piet's fantastic for Empire and for the Imperial Troopers. Mon Mothma made some shitty rebels better. 3 Baka. I mean, we're not even talking about the Vader rework.
I've got Chewie. I've got Piet at possibly, I think, like 4 stars, possibly 5, almost on his way to 5. I've got Chewie almost at 5, and Kara's like 6-star on her way to 7, and the Mando is 5-star on his way to 6. So, I mean, I've got a ways to go with these guys. The thing with Grief Karga is he's on a node in the ships, which doesn't he come with isn't he on the node with the Rebel Y-Wing? Yeah, that's a great that's a great node.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Well, like if you're farming for like Rey, like for Poe, Piet and Poe are on the same node.
I have to choose though between the Mando and Grief, and honestly, I've decided not to farm that node with Grief, even though it's better because I get 2 things from that. Because I'd rather have the Mando, so I'm actually farming the Mando instead. And
I mean, I use Grief today. He's great, but I wouldn't consider him like mandatory. Like he's a great character,
right?
You said you do.
Yeah, I do. I think he's ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, the Bounty Hunters now, Mando's great, right? And Disintegrate's great too. And you can run Mando too, but Grief on the Bounty Hunter team, if you think about what he does, it's stupid for the bounty hunters. So the bounty hunters are a damage dealing bunch of retards, right? You throw Grief in there because he can cleanse all their debuffs and give them retribution and give them health and protection back. And then he can have this mass call and assist that is just ridiculous, which is a part of a lot of what their payouts are. You know, whether it's Bosk or it's with any of those guys, right? You do that mass call and assist, and you're getting that payout that much quicker. He is stupid, man. I mean, he's flipped the script on the bounty hunters, because before the bounty hunters came down to mods and speed, right? They were kind of like the Imperial Troopers in that regard. Not anymore. Not with Grief, and you can't attack Grief right off the bat because he's stealth right away. Mm-hmm. You know, and if your boss is super fast and he's super protected, now you know you can still do AOE's, but put some tenacity on him and some speed. I mean, that's all he needs, and he's off and running, and he's going to get that team going. He is. I mean, I'm telling you, go watch Loki just destroy Darth Revan teams, fully Relic 7 Darth Revan teams with the Mando team, right?
Yeah, and Nightmare and Doc are saying the same thing. Just Grief is more important to bounty hunters than Mando.
Yeah, Mando's amazing. He is awesome, but Grief is really. You could not have Mando and the bounty hunter team. Let's say that you go like Jango, Boba Fett, Bosk, and Dengar. That team's going to be stupid good.
You're probably right. I feel like, as a personal decision, you know, because I typically don't get to farm what I want. I just kind of want the Mandalorian more than I want Grief Karga.
No,
so, I mean,
you farm what you farm. No, you know, I mean, you're not going to go wrong with the Mando's good too, because his leadership gives, you know, all the extra attack buffs, and plus he gets 20 speed. His payout's easy to get, especially with the 2 Fets, because you can ignore taunt, and you know, with all the call and assist and stuff. So you can get his payout pretty decently fast. The ideal in PvE is you run Aura Sing, because you get the payout going, then he's automatically disintegrating right off the bat. PvP, you definitely want, unless you have insane god mods, you want like either Jango or Mando lead, the extra speed and buffs and attacks.
What was it? Man Seals pulled off that Aura lead, but like his boss was like 330. it's like ridiculous. Like his very best mod sets on the team.
Well, I think my boss is like 320.
Yeah.
My
boss is super slow. Not super slow, but like 280.
Bounty hunters and scoundrels have become a pretty respectable. I mean,
they really have.
I mean, you remember when Cassius Spella used to just spin that garbage about the bounty hunters and the scoundrels?
Yeah, but that's before. I mean, that was long before even we had any of the Han Solo characters. Like, pretty sure he came on the show and did like a segment on Cad Bane, like Zam Whistle.
He was it was the Swindler's Minute. Remember the Swindler's Minute? Yeah, the Swindler's Minute.
What a crazy guy.
Ronan Zai makes a great point. The Y-Wing is great. And the Y-Wing on Rebel fleets, stupid. Just stupid good how good that ship is on there. It's a game-changing ship.
Yeah.
Is this 3 vs 3 going to be 2 ships or 1?
2.
Okay.
He actually just dropped a video. Cassius Spella just dropped a video on his YouTube channel the other day about Raid Shadow Legends. So he's playing that game now, I guess.
Oh, cool.
But anyway, so we're going to be wrapping up the stream here in about 10 minutes. So I just want to start the Q&A segment here. I know that there were a few questions already asked in the chat. If you guys have any questions you'd like to ask on the stream while we're live, ask them now. Or if you have any topics you'd like to discuss, you know, drop them into the chat now. We'll try to scoop them up before the end of the show here and answer those things. So let's go back here a bit. Did you get anything from the chat earlier, Maurice?
Yeah. Abner asks, it's been a couple weeks since the introduction of the new community manager. What grade do you all give him so far?
A. I give him a solid A. He's doing a really good job.
I mean, I think the jury's still out. I mean, it's still kind of early. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, he hasn't really done much. There's not been a lot of stuff. But, I mean, so far, I mean, like, I understand Ranger going with an A because he definitely hasn't done anything to deserve less than that. But, I just don't know if, I think we still have to wait and see how this guy, if they're saying November's big and we're going to get a lot of communication about new things coming up over the next 30 to 60 days, then I think that he's going to really be tested here now to see, what he can do.
We'll see how long he can maintain it. I mean, for now, because of how interactive he has been with the community, I give him an A. That's subject to change.
I'm kind of glad that there is a community manager, okay? Because Top Hat is not really the community manager. He's the head of live service, right? And so he's not really there. His job is, although you have to wear many hats sometimes when you work for a company. His job is not really to convey messages to the people. His job is to run the office, pretty much, right? So. Having a public relations person or a person who's in charge of conveying messages to the community is really important. And the fact that they hired a person to do that means that their concern about how messages are being relayed going forward is still important to them. So they decided to hire somebody again to do that. And that's not a cheap job. You're paying somebody a full salary to do that. So I would say that them reinvesting in community management means a lot of good things for the game. So that's a good thing.
I will say his first order of business really was he came in, introduced himself, and then, at the point where a lot of guilds are really getting their hands dirty in P4 lifetime territory battles, it breaks. And I feel like he communicated pretty well with the player base. Like, okay, guys, this is wrong. Here's what's coming. Expect it X, Y, and Z. Communication, whether it be bad or good, is better than none. But we've seen this in the past. Maybe not with the hiring of a brand new, community manager per se, or whatever his position is. Really, we've seen this before where they go through and they're like, "We're going to communicate, guys. Communication," and they just disappear for months at a time. We've seen this several times in this game. So,
and I know the community's very guarded and jaded, and they have every right to be because CG's burned the bridges, and I think that. It's going to be imperative for him to keep up the energy, because the spotlight's on him. And the longer he stays invested and the longer he stays interactive and just sits there, no matter good or bad, the more goodwill he's going to start sponsoring. Because, people may disagree with you. We disagree with all the time. But if you're in there in the shit and just constantly, doing the work, then, you're going to win back some people. But if they go silent and he goes silent, he stops interacting, then
sometimes it's not his fault though. They're like Jesse from who used to run the community here in Star Wars. He moved over to Anthem, and I have to believe that when Anthem went silent because they had all those problems with the game, he definitely wasn't doing that on his own free will. They definitely told him hey, listen, you don't say anything right now. We're gonna do this. EA definitely told him to do that. I'm saying I have to think.
Sometimes that's the case. Now that's a company decision.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to understand that. So we'll see how it plays out.
I think Abner in the chat put it really well. Guarded optimism, and that's kind of the same boat I am.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are guarded.
Yeah, he's done well so far. He's got a little more to prove for me to,
But the fact that they waited this long to hire a person to do that, and honestly, is pretty cool that they did finally do it. But maybe they were waiting for the right candidate. Maybe they had a bunch of people interview. Obviously, that kind of position is not an easy role. A lot of people think it's just you just send messages out to people. You have to know how to word things correctly, when to say things, when not to say things, when to speak, when to keep your mouth shut. There's a lot involved there.
Well, you gotta know when to hold them. You gotta know when to fold them. You gotta know when to walk away and know when to run.
Right. Well,
that sounds vaguely familiar. I wonder what that's from.
That was from Spartacus.
The hiring and introduction of a new community manager, though, that means that they have things they'll need to communicate moving forward. So I think that's a good indication that we are getting perhaps some different content, something new, some sort of enhancement to our game. Because if there's nothing to communicate the next few months, you don't really need anybody new, So I think there's reason to be optimistic in that department. We'll just see how it goes, and the territory battle thing was unfortunate. I feel like they more than fairly compensated us for it, but if they do release a new raid, it is super broken. If something is really, really bad, let's say mods, we'll have to see how he handles the real shitstorm. We haven't had one in a while, but we'll see. It's been, for the most part, I haven't had really anything to complain about the last few months. I mean,
well, I don't. Yeah, I actually probably should talk about those TV rewards because man, everybody. I got several people who got different rewards. So I got one reward on one account. I got a total of 1,000 get ones, and that was it on one account.
yeah, and Nightmare says he still hasn't been compensated. I to be honest, I saw the compensation.
I don't Nightmare. Aren't you? Didn't you? You had a unique situation though, Nightmare. Didn't you go from one guild to another, and you just haven't had them compensate you correctly because of that? I think that was the situation, unless I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, you know, I've had people get and crystals. So
yeah, I mean, look, I can't speak on the compensation. That's a separate thing. But do I tie that into Dojo? No. I mean, he said this is what they're going to do. This is what they're going to say. No,
I just tied it into. I don't know what the heck they were doing in trying to send out compensation, but it was kind of a screw up.
Kind of all over the place.
Yeah, it was all over the place. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It was just all over the place, and 3 of my accounts didn't get anything. So, and I had issues that light side territory battle. I mean, it was a possibility we could have lost a star because of it.
And so these are all accounts that we're all doing phase 4?
Yes.
Okay, then. I mean, and it could be a thing that you just need to contact EA. I mean, someone asked me the other day, like, what can I do? I'm like, contact EA customer support. That's all you can do. I mean, you have to message somebody and see what they say. Now, if they give you the bird, then you can come on here and we can talk about how bad EA customer support is. So
yeah. All right. What's the next question?
A couple of these we can do real quick here. Question from Ramon. Warrior's back playing SWGOH. Thoughts and feelings on this, because I know you chilled with him in Cali from Nightmare.
Well, I think it's great. I did catch one of his videos the other day and just checked it out. He is, a really cool guy. I know him, very well. I mean, we've hung out several times. And we've been in touch on Discord through the years, and he's a very, cool dude to chat with. He's obviously worked a lot with Ranger too on his channel, and I love Warrior. He's I have his cell phone number. I mean, we don't really talk that much on a personal level because obviously he's got kids and he lives in another state. But if he was in New York or like around here, like I would get together with him anytime. I mean, I'm very glad that he's back into the game. I hope he finds enjoyment out of it and can somehow marry it with his regular life too, because sometimes that can be challenging trying to get.
And I remember when he quit too. When he wasn't having fun in the game too, he was going through some real life stuff. He had just moved and worked and everything else.
His father passed away too.
There's a lot going on there, and so I think it's I think having Urs and Warrior back is fantastic. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy to see them both back. Nightmare, I contacted EA. Ranger, did you not see the screenshots I posted? No, I did not. EA helped tell me there was no P4 bug and there was no compensation going out. Well, you've heard it here, folks. EA doesn't know what the hell's going on in CG. So, even though it's on the forums that there's a bug, really EA Help had no idea there's a bug. That's fantastic.
Hey,
Hi, Alchie. Hi, Alchie.
Hey,
girl.
Alchie, what's going on?
Kate asked, will you be buying beers for Ranger and Gom to redo your mods?
Hey, ouchie.
If they do my mods, yes, I will buy them all the beers they want.
That's going to be a lot.
Listen, Ranger did my my mods, and also started to try to get me gas, and I bought him dinner one night too. I think I donated towards your dinner one night, right? Didn't I? I bought you dinner.
No.
I think you like.
No.
I know. Maybe I didn't. I think I just gave you a super chat, but I said use it for pizza. Anyway, you had like a thing you put a thing out for people that they could actually buy you DoorDash or something like that online, and I was like.
Well, I've had people do that here and there. That hasn't happened in a long time, but the skewers pretty much hooked up that Remon session because.
During that stream, yeah, that's right.
They really wanted to see it. Well, they did it beforehand, so they covered the cost of most of it. But this time we're doing it for charity. We set a goal. If you want to donate, you can go to our ACS link and Tiltify, find in Discord, and we'll be pimping it some more here.
What was the final number for that? Was it really 5,000?
Yes.
Nice.
$5,000 and beers on Remont. Yes, beers on Ramon. Yes.
No, $5,000. I'll happily sit with Ranger and do it. That's a fair amount.
That means Maurice has to do a dance video.
We already got that plan too, yeah.
Let's see. We got a couple more here, or one more rather. Abdul, what do you think about the new raid having a fleet component so it can never be soloed?
I think it's very cool. I mean, we have to see how it works, of course. But I mean, obviously, the idea of incorporating ships into a raid has been something we've been tossing around for years. It would actually give ships a lot more credence in this game. I mean, right now we're missing that element. Definitely, what's up to Alpha Mall Eliza, by the way, in the chat. What's going on, my friend? Yes, where's that VIP program? Talk about that in a second. But
boy.
But yeah.
Hey, me,
totally
-1. You're gonna send Ramon on a tangent.
Yeah,
-2 for being so late.
It's not happening. God damn it.
Anyway.
Yeah, -2 for late night shenanigans. Like, I think the ship part would be cool at first, and it would kind of prevent people from soloing the raid with bugs. But I think it would be very infuriating year in when you just want to get in there, auto it, and be done with it. Much like I'm sure the vast majority of people in this panel do with the tank raid, do with the Rancor, and
maybe put on auto, win.
so I mean, just I think being able to solo the raid after X amount of time is good. Because I mean, I would never play the Sith raid, or I would never play the tank raid ever if I couldn't solo it. I just ever like I don't know. I rarely do it now, and I can.
I just put it on auto, dude. I just put on auto. I go do something else. I come back 10 minutes later. I'm like, "Good job, Kylo. I love you."
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, no, I have been losing weight. I lost. I'm at 160 pounds now total. So
there you go, brother.
Doing good. Yeah.
You want to lose some more weight? If you want to lose some more weight, come help me on this goddamn hill, boy. You'll shed 10 pounds a day on that motherfucker. Yeah, I hate that thing. It's just gonna get worse before it gets better.
Yeah. No, it's great. I'm sure you feel the benefits though from doing the exercise. You know what I mean? So it's great in that regard.
What do you mean? I can't even hold a glass to drink water. That's because my hands are shaking from all the goddamn. Never mind. Let's just move on. I'm gonna get angry. I'm gonna go burn the hill.
Are you using like an electric, like a tiller?
I've got one of those, but so here's the issue.
Anything gas powered for hours and hours and hours, you just sit there like this.
Yeah, your hands are pretty toast. But what's happened is I've got a lot of the pre-work done, a lot of the shit out. I've already hauled that all out, but I've got to create an L shape in the hill, right? So we can lay the wall there. Problem is, I have to dig it out. I can't get any machinery back there because it's just not conducive. You can't get anything back there, especially heavy equipment. So I'm having to do this by hand. So I'm using a pickaxe, and it's just straight clay, and it is hard as a rock, and it is goddamn backbreaking work because I have to do like about a foot or two, just breaking up this hard earth and then shoveling it out, breaking it up, shoveling it out. It's like being in prison, man. It's oh god. And your arms, after you swing that pickaxe for about 3 or 4 hours, yeah. I have to grab some water. After I was done, my hands were shaking so bad I had to like put my bottom hand up and put the other there and drink like I was like, this is some horrible shit.
Oh, Ranger needed a sippy cup.
Dude, if I had a Camelback, man, I need to put that on the wish list. That way I can just, I'm doing that right now. That's what I need. Fuck drinking glasses. Let me find that right now.
Yep.
We had a couple other people say congrats. Thank you very much. No, I appreciate it. One day when I'm like at the weight that I really want to be at, not that I'm doing really good now. But I mean, one day when I'm at like the weight I want to be at, I think I'm gonna do like a before and after picture for you guys, so you can see the whole thing. It's absolutely ridiculous. I saw a picture the other day of what I looked like 4 years ago, actually from California on that trip when I was standing next to the Darth Malgus statue that they have there at EA. I saw a picture of myself, and it is absolutely ridiculous how heavy I was. I couldn't even believe. You don't really feel it like when you are that heavy until you see like yourself like later on, like because you just you've seen yourself change gradually over time, so you don't really think you're as heavy as you are. Watching it now, I really can't believe it. I'm very glad that I was able to make a change. It's great. So, Abner's saying he applauds you, Ranger, for doing the manual labor on the in the yard.
Well,
on the hill.
Thank you, but shoot me, please. Someone shoot me.
Yeah. So I believe Maurice said that was it. Let me just take a look and just do one last little scan. Yeah, I mean, I just to touch on it for a second. Yeah, I would love to get a VIP program. That would be, I think yesterday when you had that question as to like one quality of life update that I'd like to have, and then I said the mods. I think if I could say that, if I could change that, I would say I'd want the one quality of life update to be a VIP program for people that have spent over, $1,000 in this game. I mean, there should be something there. I mean, it should be even lower than that, to be honest with you. If you spend over $500 in this game, or even $100 in this game, you should get a VIP badge. Or maybe even $1. But I mean, I'm just saying, whatever the number is, there should be one. There should be some benefit for having invested in the game financially. And it doesn't have to be a quantifiable benefit that gives you some sort of an advantage in the game. Just a benefit that maybe allows you to get maybe cheaper prices on crystals or things like that because you've spent money in the game, and maybe that threshold, maybe the prices on crystals lower the more you spend. Like maybe once you spend $5,000 you get this amount. Maybe once you spend $10,000 you get them for this amount. There should be a tiered relevancy to it. Lots of games have VIP programs. Galaxy Hero's been around for almost 5 years. It should be here too. So that being said, I think you're right. I think that's pretty much it. So I don't really see any other questions. But I appreciate everybody, including, everybody, chiming in, adding different questions. Obviously, the chat today was fantastic. Nightmare had a question earlier. He said, speculation from which series the next set of GLs will come from is if there's another set from the sequels, I'll throw up all over my phone. So I don't think it's gonna. If there's another set of GLs, so I think we actually discussed this the other day. Where do you think the next set of Galactic Legends are gonna come from?
My guess. I actually got this question. I said it was going to be. I pulled one out of my ass. I said it was going to be Mary J. Skywalker and Darth Caedus.
What about you, Maurice? What do you think if they were gonna add 2 new Galactic Legends? Where are they coming from?
Probably. I don't think the Mandalorian. Maybe the prequels. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea. I'd like to. I just got Luke. I'd like to not think about which ones I got to get next.
Yeah, I don't know what they might pull from. They pulled from the biggest saga right now, but they're not going to pull it from Clone Wars or something like that. It has to be at least almost as equal to what we know and love as it is now. So,
I think it should be Bane and Revan. Just do it. I mean, or Bane and Vitiate. Just do it. Or Malgus. Bane and Malgus. Just do it. Just go ahead and do it. I mean, that would be cool. Everybody would freaking go nuts over those characters, and I mean, that would be awesome. But I if you're gonna do a Galactic Legend version of a Legends character like that, I would say that Revan, the dual bladed Revan should be the one for sure. I think light side, dark side Revan should be in the game. So I don't know, the true Revan, but we'll see. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Can you at least see? I'm not going to answer that question, Nightmare. That's naughty. But yes, I was able to see that always because it's huge. Okay. So anyway,
I have a feeling I already asked.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Before we do that, though, let's go around the corn. What's going on with Reality Skewed Gamers this week, Ranger?
Same old. You know, we did D&D today. We'll do our normal stuff. I'll do JC tomorrow. The same stuff we normally do. Like, for instance, call Fan a bitch in chat because he is a bitch for me doing real man's work and him just sitting on his ass all day. So I'm just throwing that out there. So we'll have stuff like that happen on the stream where, you know, dickholes like thing try to call them, you know, try to be thugs in the chat and they get called out. So just throwing that out there. But no, we'll do GAC, we'll do our normal stuff, and
but riled you up good, boy. It's later.
Oh no, it's Thane. I just, you know,
Thane.
He riled you up good, man.
Yeah. Well, no. It's the dance we
still on your mind.
Well, he comes here for you, man. So I mean, like, I think sometimes when he
Thane, it's intentional. And I usually ignore him, but now I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna have fun. I'm just gonna call him out.
I'll tell you, he likes me. I know that he comes to my Power Ranger streams and whatnot, but I'll tell you for sure. Every time.
Oh, he loves to poke the bear, man.
Every time you are not here, he is extremely disappointed. You know, he always, you know, he mentions it. You know, but what about you, Maurice? What's going on with Operation Metaverse this week? The live show on Thursday and.
Yep, Thursday, 10:30. We got a couple videos. Should be out in the next couple days, so look out for those. It's been a while since we've done videos, so I'm giving it a whirl.
Okay, that's exciting. So definitely make sure to check those out, guys. What's going on with Boba's podcast? Anything? Any live shows this week? Any videos?
Yep. I'm just still kind of plugging along with some. Sorry, my dog's saying, "Get off."
Your dog is saying, "What are you doing? I love you. Give me food now."
Yeah. Hey.
That's right.
Give me food now.
No, he knows I'm going to be off soon. He just knows. It's funny, but he always barks when he knows I'm going to be off. But okay, we have our live stream tomorrow, and it's not only going to be recorded by one of the guys that's in there, but it's also if Dylar's there, our little YouTube guy, he's been recording it for us also.
Okay.
And putting it on his channel and our channel. So
cool.
it's kind of cool. It's really cool how he's got it set up. So
excellent. I'm going to check that out, and you guys should too. So should I do a reaction stream for the Mando? It's actually not a horrible idea. Maybe I will. Maybe we'll just do it a little if they have an ending at the end of episode 1 like they did at the end of episode 1 last year where we got the reveal of Baby Yoda, I'm going to freak out. I'm definitely going to jump online and talk about it, for sure.
I'm going to have to do a binge before the first episode. So.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, mine was blown last year, end of episode 1. I couldn't believe it. So we'll see. But, obviously, make sure to check out Operation Metaverse, Reality Skewed Gamers, and Boba's Alliance podcast. Links are in the description for all of those channels. I really appreciate everybody coming here to join us this week for the show. Lots of fun. This was a really fun show, actually, especially since there wasn't a lot of content to discuss. We really were able to, kind of have a good time laughing tonight. I had a great time. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. We'll be back next week with some more show. Definitely check out all the live streams this week on Wednesday with Ranger and Finn, on Thursday with TMoney and Maurice, and then make sure to keep an eye peeled for that stream that Abby's talking about this week. We look forward to seeing you guys on the next one, and may the force be with you. Have a good night. Thanks for coming by. Take care, everybody.